Hello everybody, this is NCS and welcome back to Let's Play Jade Cocoon. Last time, we finally got into the first forest and today, we're gonna fight a few creatures. Patimel again? I saw you in my dream. Die! And for now, all you can do is attack with your main character. Nothing much unfortunately, but, well, that'll change soon. Okay, let's get this creature into critical territory. Just imagine this as a Pokemon game. Just that your main character can fight as well. And when... Actually, you could try to capture your creature at any time, but it's most effective when it's in critical red area. Although if you're stronger fighting against weaker creatures, you could also try to capture it pretty much at the beginning of the battle and it might still work. But you'd have to be quite strong actually. And with that we got our first creature, Patimel. Okay, I better remember where the experience bar stops with this graphics bug there. And whoa, another Patimel, run! Oh, nuts, I couldn't. Yeah, running around in this game is a little troublesome. Oh yeah, I guess I could try and capture another Patimel. I mean, the only experience your main character can get is by capturing creatures. If you try to, well, kill them with the main character, you won't get any reward for that. So yeah, try to capture it. Unfortunately, you cannot skip this scene here. Let him start. Oh. Yeah. Try to capture as many as possible. For now. Although I would say it's best just to leave now that we have two creatures. Okay, I could have left this forest, but I only had one of them already, but I wanted to have another one. Alright. Oh, right. I always forget which button is the menu. I'm used to it being either the triangle button or even X is more I'm more used to as the menu. But why circle? Circle is usually agreeing or cancelling. Okay, both of them, huh? Okay, now that we have... There, got eye sauce. Now that we have a few creatures captured, it's good time to head back to Garai's home and talk to Mabu. Oh, da!
Don't overdo it until you get better at hunting, alright?
Okay.
Try talking with Mother Garai if there's something you don't understand. But I'd watch out. Her stories can be long and boring. But don't tell her I said that.
Well, at least I could kill some time while Let's Plays with that. Nah.
Our enemy we love, and for the tormented we pray. Grant us, the beasts of knowledge, the power to touch the spirit.
Say, how do you do that echoing? And now I'm blind. Alright, now that we have a few creatures, what we can do here is either merging them, that'll fuse two other creatures together, and what that'll do, okay, now I only have two of the same, but, well, it'll increase their stats by a bit, yeah. And usually, if you have different creatures and their stats vary, then it might be that a few stats are lowered actually because some of the, or rather, most of the time, I don't know, these stats will try to equal each other out, but oh well. Also, if you fuse monsters together, they will change their appearance, if there are different ones, and gain, well, what is it? Right, other abilities Or rather, they will keep the abilities of both of the creatures. Okay, also what you can do other than equipping and using them for battle, you can spin your creatures. What that'll do is you will turn them into silk and you can sell that at the shop.
I'll always be here if you need anything.
But usually you only want to silk leftover creatures for, let's say, if you capture pretty much everything everything that got out I can talk. If you capture everything that got in your way, then you can turn them into silk if you want to. And oh, I believe that's a new creature. It might look the same, but it actually is of a different element. It's a Scar Wasp of the wind element. Let's use Potable against it. And my cat just sneezed there. She's untied. Now she's looking at me. Yeah. Potable is of the fire element, and Scar Wasp of the wind element. As you can see there, well, yeah, creatures can be of different elements, and depending on the element, they are weak or strong against other creatures. For example, Potable is fire, Scar Wasp is air, so Potable is very effective against Scar Wasp. So that's really nice. There are also the elements earth and water, and well, fire's strong against air, air strong against earth, earth strong against water, and water strong against fire. So it's just going around in that circle. Okay, you've done enough Potable. Let's try and capture this one. Then we have creatures of the elements fire and air, or wind. Whatever, you can pretty much call it anything you want. And come on. We got it, nice. So basically you want to capture each of the creatures that are in this area, or in any area really, at least once. Twice would be better actually. But you might want to defeat some of the enemies with the creatures too. Because if you defeat an enemy with your creatures, then they will gain experience and level up eventually. And what we just collected there was a knowledge stone slab. I believe that's the word at least. And ooh, another creature. What that'll do is it'll teach you about some stuff. Yeah, that's all. But I should be talking about everything in my Let's Play already, so I won't be going over those. And ouch. Unfortunately right now we are fighting against a creature of our own type, so we won't have any bonuses for using elemental attacks, but I believe Potable is more magic oriented than physical. Yeah, a little. A Potable should be OW! More physical oriented. That hurt! And Potable's dead. Oh well. It'll be revived once we get back to the town. Okay, let's do the last attack with our main character and capture it next round. Okay, I thought that hurt a lot more. Okay, let's capture that one, and then we kind of have to get back to the town already again. Yeah, usually when you're starting out at least. I just wanted to say when you're new to a forest, but no, that's only at the very beginning. You have to go back to the town quite a lot. Mostly because you don't have any creatures and they die quite easily. So yeah, let's use the Hunter's Earring again and go back. Alright, now that I have actually multiple creatures, I can explain merging a little better. As you can see here, you can merge creatures of different elements, and what will that do is usually usually the area for that element is completely filled out if they only have one element. However, if you fuse creatures of multiple elements together, the area will shrink a little bit. The effect of that is if you have if you use a magical attack for, let's say, the fire element, if you only have one element at hand, then it will deal the most damage it can do. However, if the area here is a little smaller in size, for example if you have multiple types, then you won't deal as much fire elemental damage as you normally would do. So you have to be a little careful about that if you fuse creatures together. Let's see, okay, both of them have magical attacks. Creatures can have either physical attacks or magical attacks. For example, let's say I wanted to fuse Skywasp and Patalchu. As you can see here, Patalchu. How do I get over there? Okay, just by clicking left. Okay. View other abilities. Patalchu has physical attacks. Skywasp doesn't have any. So if you fuse them together, you'll have the physical attack of Patalchu. And Skywasp has a magical attack, Patalchu doesn't, and if you fuse them together, you get the magical attack from Skywasp. However, I wouldn't recommend fusing those two together, basically, because Skywasp is a little more magical oriented since it does have a magical attack already, while Patalchu is physical oriented. Also, Skywasp is speed oriented while Patalchu is more defense oriented. You can see that by the chart below the elements. Wherever the point inside of the chart is, that is what your creature is oriented. So usually I would recommend only fusing creatures together that are oriented in the same way. So for example, Skywasp and Pattaya, they both are speed oriented, and well, okay, actually they're pretty equal between attack and magic. But yeah, that's something to keep in mind. For right now, I won't be fusing any creatures together, basically because, well, why should I? But I will, actually, I guess I'm gonna get Patalchu with me, simply because with that I have creatures of different stats. And Skywasp and Pattaya are just recolors of each other, so yeah.
Well,
okay, I guess. Yeah, with that tutorial out of the way, I guess it's a good time to stop for today. And yes, I'm going to save over the same slot twice! Sorry, I had to do that. So with that said, until next time, have a nice day.